Hey everyone, it's Twin
Twin
Soul
Soul
Poets.
Poets.
Today I'm going to tell you how I manifested my twin flame using a vision board.
Woohoo!
Really?
Yeah, it worked.
What is a vision board?
A vision board is an outpicturing of the visions and the goals that you have in your mind. So it's the first place where you get to see your dreams manifested.
The concept behind vision boards is a similar school of thought to like speaking intentions out loud or putting affirmations onto pen and paper, right? It's taking things that you want to happen or see happening for your future goals of yours and putting them into that 3D reality. And vision board is just, instead of using words, you just take images, right? And images are an even more effective and powerful way to sort of tap into your subconscious creative mind, right? The creative mind tends to think in images more than words or the logical part of your brain, right? It's that creative source. So there's something to just finding images that really resonate with you.
That's a great point. And I think that is one of the reasons is that there's a lot less resistance to an image than a word. So I think there is something that most people miss whenever people are teaching about how to do vision boards or whenever they do vision boards, and I get a lot of questions about how to make them. And the first step is to actually get in your heart. A lot of people are creating them from their mind or what they think needs to happen or what they think their love life should look like or what their dream person should look like. But I think a lot of people are surprised if they take a moment, and there's a lot of ways to get into your heart. It's not some kind of woo-woo, out there thing. It's a very grounded process.
Right.
It could be as simple as putting your hands on your heart for a few moments and just connecting. But there's a lot of processes you can look up. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube about connecting to your heart space. But what that does is it makes you come from a deeper part that's not just intellectual. It's coming from like your spirit, from your soul, from your truth. And that is the best way to start this process. So from there, I will kick off how I do it. How I do it. You want to know how? I'll tell you how I do it.
Okay, so we're in our heart space. Mm-hmm. We're not overthinking it. We're just connecting to the feeling that we want to feel and love. What's the next step?
The next step is to get you some magazines. So I am mildly obsessed with collaging and making vision boards, and I'm also pretty great at it.
It's not
if I don't
mildly.
say so myself. But they're awesome, right?
They are.
So I'm saying. So I do know some magazines that happen to be very good for images. When you go to a place like Barnes & Noble, check out the arts section that has like art magazines. They have a lot of really cool images. And actually one of the best magazines is Oprah magazine. It has really awesome words, which is not surprising, like inspirational things, but also...
Do Oprah hands again.
Oprah! We love Oprah. We love Oprah. She has, and her magazines are great for vision boards. So I definitely recommend hers. And then think about your things that resonate with you. So if you like, space, for example, you're really interested in the universe and stuff like that, which I use all the time. I'll get one of the, magazines about telescopes or outer space or, astrology or different things like that. Or if you're into motorcycles, get a motorcycle magazine, or just go with your interests. Food, if you know that you love to have some lavish, delicious dinners with your new love, get some food magazines. Just get creative. Or if you dream about having your dream home with someone, get some of the home and architecture magazines. Just think in that direction, like what calls to you, what makes you feel good. Yeah. That is the first practical step of starting your vision board.
Right. So, we got all magazines, lots of options.
Yes.
What's next?
We're going to get some glue sticks. That's my favorite brand. It's the one I recommend. We're going to get some packing tape. A lot of people don't know about that one. That's a big secret. That one makes your vision board awesome, makes it pop. And lastly, we're going to get poster board. Boom, 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 boom. Not just any poster board. I recommend getting, you can hear this, the hard poster board. They have it like Target and other places where you can get poster board, but this makes it more durable. It makes it, you can stand it up on the floor, or when you put it up, it just lasts longer. It's not like the floppy kind, which can work, but this is just, that's what I like to use.
Cool.
Oh, I almost forgot.
One more thing.
A good pair of scissors is key.
All right, so we got our supplies,
Yes.
magazines.
Check.
What next?
What I like to do is I will go through literally every page of all of the magazines I got. And I just want to say, you don't have to buy them. Lots of people have magazines that they don't want anymore, old magazines, like bug your friends, ask your ma, whoever, get those magazines for free. I just sometimes will go and buy them if I want new images, or if I'm going through magazines and I see, Oprah magazine has a ton of really great images, I might buy one. Again, I'm obsessed, so, but feel free to just borrow. Magazines are really easy to get your hands on. But what I'll do is I'll go through literally every single page of the magazine, and I just will tear out any pages that have things on them that I like. You don't have to worry about cutting things out really yet at this point, unless it's like just a word or a small image that you want to use. But I just recommend ripping out whole pages, because the way I like to create my vision board is by kind of layering things. So for example, if I see a window, I might like cut out the pieces in the window and put another image behind it, and it's really fun to get creative like that. So try not to get too worried about cutting things up yet. Just get them together and kind of put them all in a pile, and that is the first step to creating your awesome vision of love. Yes.
So once you've got your supplies, you've got everything ready, set the mood for yourself, right? You want to get a clean space with no dust or hair.
That's going to be really annoying when you start gluing, trust me.
Veteran tip there. Also, select a nice playlist for yourself that gets you into that lovey-dovey, romantic feeling, right? Where
some
you're
Leon Bridges.
Okay, yeah, Leon
Some
Bridges.
Sade.
Some Maxwell.
Come on.
Right.
I'm about to play this now.
Baby, baby, I'm coming. So once you've gone through the magazine, you pulled out some pages that got some cool images on there, you can start cutting them out. Pick your favorites and cut out the specific images that be safe while cutting. Cut out the specific images that you want to use, and you can start playing with them, mixing and matching, and playing with the layering effects that Ingrid talked about. But just sort of like placing them around on the poster board in different places and seeing like what looks good together, and kind of like just feeling it out. Again, you're coming from your heart space, right?
Right. And a lot of times for me, I'll have like 100 images, and I obviously can't put them all on the vision board, so I'll just kind of do like a Marie Kondo, like which one sparks the most joy moment. And like there's going to be ones that you're like, I know this has to be on my vision board, I know this is representative of the kind of love I want to manifest, so definitely put those down first, then kind of sprinkle in and layer in other things as well.
Don't glue it yet! So why don't we want to start gluing yet?
Because when you glue it down, it's really hard to undo. So it's kind of like a finalized thing. So you want to make sure everything is where you want it to be. Also, another veteran tip, it's kind of nice if you have layered things, for example, you can glue the layered things together first and then glue it down as a whole after that. But you will thank me for this, because you're going to make sure that the layout is how you want it, and that, everything is going to come together much easier. And another recommendation is like sometimes you don't be afraid to use a whole page of a magazine, and we'll show you some examples of our vision boards in a minute so you can see, but don't be afraid to use different sizes, because big pieces, images look really good in vision boards. So that is why we do not glue until we are sure everything is placed how we want it, and we've done the layering gluing first. Finally, we're gonna glue. We're gonna glue it down. We get to glue. We're gonna use our glue sticks. We're gonna put good amount of glue on there to get it nice and flat, and rubbing it down with your hand, getting the bubbles out, and place everything.
Glue sticks are better than the liquid glue, right?
Much better. The last and final step, because most people would think they were done. But we're not done. We're not done. Oh, no. What we're going to do is we're going to make our vision board extra next level. It's a little bit extra, but I like to do it because I think it makes it look kind of like a piece of art. And it also preserves it longer, which is to use your packing tape to finalize your board. So the way you do this is you pull out two sides. I usually do it horizontally, so because it'd be too hard if you did it like lengthwise. Like it's,
Okay.
So you're going to do it across in pieces, and you put it all the way across. You carefully lay the tape down, and you just kind of have to eye it and have a steady hand to do it evenly all the way across the board. And I just wrap the excess around the back. Okay, so what this does is it creates a really nice, it's kind of like if you were to laminate it, which you could also do if you have a laminator or you have a place you could go get it laminated. That's another option, but this is like a cheap way to do it. And just lay that over the top, and it makes something look really finalized, and it comes out something like this.
So this is what was used to manifest me, apparently.
Not apparently. It
Actually
happened.
What a board!
And the funny thing is, he actually saw this vision board when we first met, like really early on, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm using this to manifest my twin flame.
Little did I know.
So yes, this is my finished product that I made years ago now, actually, to manifest him. And so yeah, you can see some of the examples of the layering, putting words that I wanted over top.
Talk about this part, because that's pretty
Yes, and so, okay,
part.
this is the other cool part about vision boards and about specificity. So, I'm an actor, and he's now an actor, but he wasn't when we met. That's a whole nother story. But I love Walt Whitman, because I love poetry as well. He's one of my favorite poets, who I really fell in love with in high school when I started reading his poetry. And I'm an actress, and this is Ingrid Bergman, and my name is Ingrid, so I've always liked her. She's done some really awesome work. So I put Ingrid Bergman and Walt Whitman on top of these bodies here, which is another fun thing to do with layering. I have the bodies of these two people. But the wild thing is, I ended up marrying a poet, which kind of, I think you realized it, actually. You pointed this out to me, because I didn't even think about it. And he was like, and you've got a poet on. I was like, oh my God. I mean, the stories like this are endless. Another thing over here, if we move it this way, I don't know if you guys can see. This is a girl standing in front of a taco truck, because I love food, and that's a really important thing to me. I also love tacos. So one of the things I thought would be nice is to go like on a date to food trucks and stuff like that. But we end up having a taco truck at our wedding, y'all. Like, and I did not even think about this. It was delicious. Shout out.
Shout out to, what was it, Boca Taco?
Shout out to Boca Taco Truck in Richmond.
Virginia.
Tacos for your mouth.
Tacos
Really good.
Fire.
But yeah, I mean, I ended up having a taco truck at the wedding. There's just so many like things on here that have come to fruition and have like manifested in interesting ways. Our Thanksgivings that we have with our families, we're both really family oriented. I mean, just, I could go on, but that's the kind of amazing thing about the vision board, is that it'll pull things in that you forgot you put there and manifest in really creative ways. So I also have you as a billionaire on here, so this is a side note. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that development. He's working on it.
To that.
Yep, he's on his way. So yeah, so I just wanted to share this, and we'll also just briefly show you our joint vision board, just to show you another example in just a sec.
Ho ho.
So yeah, so I like putting our heads on bodies. That's another great tip. Great tip. Put yourself on the vision board.
Yes.
Put your picture. Oh, I should have said this sooner. I hope you watch to the end. This is why you got to watch through all of our videos. You got to watch to the end, because we got gold nuggets throughout. But yeah, take a picture of yourself and find a body in a magazine that you like, or that, you know, has something, they're wearing something nice, and it creates this cool effect.
This is one that we made together.
Yes.
For our like future joint goals, for like the type of home we want, and wealth goals, and making movies together, and manifesting, you know, like this universe thing.
Here's a
like,
perfect example of the universe of the universe magazines.
Looking kind of me guy, and it's like a cartoony looking her riding on credit cards and. You know.
Yeah, and just have fun with it. It should be fun. It shouldn't be like a stressful experience. It should be inspiring, and it should just make you get excited, because at the end of the day, this is about the way you feel. This is about getting excited about love. This is about inspiring you, putting it in a place where you will see it every day, that it adds beauty to your home. And don't be ashamed of it. Just like I said, before we were even really dating, he saw it, and I was so clear that I wanted to manifest my twin flame, so I let him know. This is what it is, and anybody who is going to be that person shouldn't be, afraid of that or intimidated by that. If they are, then you just know that it's not the right time or the right person. So just trust, let the universe do its job. After it's done, let it go out, let it send out those vibrations, let it remind you. It should feel so good to look at it, and it should remind you of where you're going and what you're manifesting and what you deserve.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Oh, send us your pictures of your vision board.
Yes.
Tag us on Instagram. Follow us, Twin Soul Poets, on Instagram, and tag us in your vision boards if you end up making one. What else?
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content.
And ask us your questions. If you have any questions for us, feel free to DM us on Instagram or put it in the comments below. We would really love to hear from you. Please share this with people who you think deserve to meet their twin flame or twin soul.
It works.
Yeah, it does. And we want you guys to know what it's like, because it's awesome. See you next time.